Hi, my name is Conrad Wilson, and welcome to my Unity Parkour System. Now, I've got a couple of subsystems involved in my parkour system, and I'll go through them in order, really. First of all, I've got a ledge system, and this is all based on the height of the ledge compared to the player. So it's all dynamic in that sense. Now, these ledges all have been enabled to be climbed upon because they have the ledge box colliders around them, volume colliders. So if you go up to them and press the space button, you'll be able to climb. Now, if you press shift, you'll be able to fall off. Simple as that. Now, if I press space and jump again, I can't move the camera or myself whilst I'm grabbing onto the ledge, but as soon as I press space again, I can pull myself up and climb up the ledge. Now this climb up animation has two forms. The current one I just showed you is the form that relates to a regular size ledge, and for tall ledges we do a wall run animation, like so. And this is all dependent on height, and as you can see, this is a really tall tower, and we can't climb it normally. But if we climb up here, and we're now tall enough to reach it, we can climb up it. And it's all dynamically based on the player's location and how close the next blocks are compared to. So it's a lovely dynamic system in that sense. Now on to the next system. We have a bar swing. Now this system works once you're close enough, and once you are close enough, you can swing on the bar and it will thrust you off the other side with the same momentum that you go into it with. Now when I say the same momentum, that's according to the distance at which you can grab the bar by, which I'll show later when I go into the back end. But what I'd also like to show you before I go there is how I can climb up here and use the bar swing here perfectly fine. But if I try to use it the other way, I can't, because I'm not tall enough and it's too high. And I'll show you the reasoning for that in just a second. So let's have a look at the back end. As you can see, there are coloured labels everywhere, all over. And these indicate volume colliders that activate the according parkour subsystems. As you can see, here's a ledge collider over here. Or is it this one? It is. Here you can see it is just slightly larger than the object it is covering, but by doing so, it allows me to the system to detect the volume correctly. And any object with this thrown on top will become climbable, or you'll be able to swing on it just by chucking these colliders on. I'll show you the swing bar collider here. It's slightly different, as you can see. It's a lot more slimmer. What it does is that it takes the central position as at the top as the swing position. So depending on the orientation, it doesn't matter. It will always take the middle of the bar. So make sure you place it right in the middle of the bar. But it's vertical height. Now this is what determines at what height players can be to swing on the bar. As you can see, it goes down to the floor. So a person can swing on this bar on this floor level. What I showed you earlier was how this bar couldn't be swung from the other side. As you can see, this collider volume only goes down a certain way. So you can, from this height, swing on it, but from the other height, it is too high, and you can't. And developers can use this to control how high you want your players to be able to grab onto bars, and this is all changeable just like any other collider. through the size settings here. Now, just to demo how to just chuck on a how to use this system, how to enable a block to use the parkour element. Let's just copy this wall. Let's just move it over here. Now, as you can see on the left, they're all blue. They're all prefabs. Now, if I drag one of these prefabs, let's say a ledge one, over to here, then boom, we've got it. And all we need to do is place it within our just larger than what we want to cover and enable to have parkour working on it. As you can see, it's just going around the box, and now this works. That's it. You've set it up. It's done. Just go over to it, and it will work, just like so. Now, what's also really good about my system is how dynamic it is. If we go over to the player here, you can see the scripts down here. Now we have a few variables here that we can play with. The regular ledge height and the tool ledge height correspond to well, what height you need to be able to climb things, and also correlate to which animations are played for each height. Now, as you can see, 3 and 7 are the default, but if I increase this to 7 being the regular height, and let's say 12 being the tool height, what this was usually a wall run climbable object, it is now short enough or tall enough to be a regular climb. Now, this was way too tall to be climbable before, but now we've indicated that anything within 12 units of height above us can be climbable up to a tool ledge, or is defined up to a tool ledge. So you can now wall run up it, which is great. Now that this dynamicness also goes into the swing bar. As I said earlier, the momentum carried forward is the same as what you go into it, the distance at which you can run into it. Now this is controlled down here. Currently it's 4, which is around here. This is about 4 units away. So here's safe. But let's up this. Let's double it to 8. So from 4 to 8, it'll be about here. There you go. And it throws me off at a equal distance on the other side. Now, I can really demonstrate this clearly if I ramp this up to, let's say, 20. Okay, I don't even have enough run space for this, but as you can see, this is within 20 units, and I can swing on, and it'll thrust me out the other side with enough strength, with equal strength to the distance at which you can swing onto the bar. And that's my whole dynamic system. As you can see, the labels aren't present within the full game. They are purely for the editor, in the editor view. And that's what I have to offer. So thank you for watching.